Hey everybody, and welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and Later, still at Lake Jackson. So I'm back. I've been gone a couple weeks, I apologize. So this one is from my buddy Scott. He sent me this. When we go to the buffet, we always grab the green peas and the mushrooms, so that way we can fool ourselves into being healthy, that we're grabbing vegetables and fungi, and not just stuffing ourselves full of pepper steak and jalapeno chicken. So this one's going to be great. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, ring the little bells, and get notifications. It's going to be down in that corner over there. We do these as close to Tuesdays, Fridays as we can. Also, there's a link down in the doobly-doo for our merch. We got aprons, fake hand spatulas, flippers, all that kind of stuff. We're a small business. We very much appreciate it. Let's just get into the food. Yeah. All right, this is super easy. You're going to need some of these white mushrooms. You can use anything else, but they're the cheapest, easiest, and I get the whole ones. A lot of people like doing that. You're going to need some sesame oil. It doesn't have to be the white sesame oil. It's just the only one I found at my local. Here's the trick. You're going to need some oyster sauce. Now, this is the good stuff. This is the whole secret to why everything is awesome at a buffet. Ponzu or a soy sauce. I prefer the ponzu with the citrus in it, but any kind of fermented sardine juice, whatever, will work. You're going to need a little bit of cornstarch. This is what thickens it up. You can boil it down to where it gets against nothing, but you need to use this cornstarch. And I'm going to use a little bit of rice. Don't have to use rice. I'm not going to go into how to do the rice. We've done that before. And you're going to need some water. Okay? So, first things first, despite what some people will tell you, see my TikTok for that, wash your damn mushrooms. Wash them. And you might want to start the water for the rice already and go ahead and get that start to boiling, okay? So now you've got these nice and cleaned up and your water over there heated up. We're going to go ahead and slice it. Now you can use them like whole. Oh, nice sharp knife from Andy. Thank you very much. I just cut them in half and just leave them there. You can do it smaller. You can do it bigger. I know most buffets leave them really big. I don't know why that bottle is in the way, but go ahead and put this on about medium to medium high. Put it on 6 out of 9 and let that start to warm up. So I'm going to hit it with my sesame oil here. I'm just going to cover the bottom of it. Just a little bit of pan lotion, maybe a little too much, but I wanted to make sure all these get cooked, okay? So yeah, like one swirl away, I should have stopped. That's on me. So let that start to warm up a little bit. And again, I already got my rice water cooking back there. So once this gets warm up, where you can feel it starting to sizzle, there you go. Remember, you want it to bubble, not spatter. So if it's getting too high, go ahead and turn that down. So go ahead and I'm going to add my rice here too. Now that's probably going to take a little longer to cook these mushrooms, but that's what happens when you deal with, not instant rice. So remember to cover your rice. If you don't have a cover, mom's old plate will do. There we go. Get that nicely covered up, let that cook. But give these a stir. Be sure to use a wooden spoon, or the ancestors are going to come out and come and get you. That wok is non-stick, so don't use any kind of metal on anything. You don't have to use a wok. You can use a large skillet. That's fine. I just felt like this would work. It's way too big for my stovetop. I am really out of room. I think that's why that upside down bottle is in half my shot here. It's because I'm just very limited room, so I apologize for that being there. I am a professional, I swear. So once I realized it was there, I took it out, but I couldn't redo those scenes because it was already cooking. So I don't want to cook these too much. I'm going to go ahead and get them to it. Just starting to get a little mush because we're going to boil them down anyway. So I had half a cup of water while you're in there. And then your soy sauce, your ponzu, you just want one teaspoon. Sorry, 1 teaspoon of that. And then you want 4 tablespoons of your oyster sauce. Now this stuff is really thick, so try to get it off of your spoon there as much as you can. You can go ahead and stir it into that hot water. It'll start thinning it down and pulling it off of there. It doesn't have to be exact as much as worrying about getting it off the bottom or whatever. Again, what did I just say about using metal instruments? So go and get your wood stuff. Go ahead and get that stirring down and let that come to a boil. Once you get to a boil, you want to get you another bowl somewhere else. Get it half a cup of water, right? And then 1 tablespoon of your cornstarch, right? Go ahead in there. It doesn't have to be straight up level or perfect. Go ahead and put that in there, and you're going to stir the bejeebles out of it in there because you don't want any lumps of cornstarch in your stuff, okay? So make sure to get it all off the side of the bowl. Make sure it's nice and mixed up. This is what's going to cause it to thicken, okay? I think I've already said that, but it's reiterate. So always do this separately. If you don't, you'll end up with like clumps of cornstarch in your mushrooms and stuff. So go ahead and add that. Give it a nice stir, and then wait for it to boil and thicken a little bit, okay? And then after that, you're just waiting on your rice. So get this in here, give it a nice big stir. Wooden spoon, because wooden spoons are special. We got to get a wooden spoon made with our living between paychecks stuff on it. But yeah, there's so much more stuff on the buffet I really want to try to cook for you guys. But yeah, get this in here. This one works really well. It looks really wet now, not near as thick. But once it starts heating up and then cooling down, see how thick that is now? Yeah, that's what you're looking for, is that nice thick mushroom goop. technical term. And I just served it on a little bed of rice, man. Like, usually this is a side or something you get with everything else. This can be a full-on meal, man. This is great. Now, again, shout out to my buddy Big Scott for sending me this recipe, man. We always talked about it. Always grab the mushrooms when we're at their place and chase them around with chopsticks just because they're round and slimy. But this holds up really well. It'll be good for like a meal prep. I tried it with some crushed red pepper flakes in it just because I wanted it a little spicier. It wasn't great, wasn't horrible, but it added a little bit of spice to it. Maybe some sriracha or gyozo or something. But yeah, you got to try this stuff and let me know how bad I butchered that word just now, because I am just so tired and so hungry, and I got to go to the gym, so that's the thing. But yeah, let me know if you try this. It holds up pretty well as long as you keep it refrigerated for the day, but rice doesn't do that well, so just keep a warm pot of rice on the side and then just throw it in whenever you're ready. And there you have it, folks. Chinese buffet mushrooms. It's the oyster sauce is the trick. Sesame oil helps too, but man, it is really good. And I like that it gets thick with that cornstarch stuff. Too good. If you do this differently, you want to see me do it differently, man, I want to revisit it and add some like red pepper flakes or something to make it a little spicy, because I just dig that. But this is still really good. But if you got a different way to do it, let me know. Put it down in the comments. That's what the comments are for. And we'll revisit this. I'll make the rest of it. I might as well just make a whole playlist. Like, I'll try to recreate everything on the buffet for a budget. I think that'd be cool. Let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. I don't know. I'd be interested in, because I get to eat the food. But yeah. But until then, you can find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're at all those. Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us on Instagram at Live Between. We had to shorten it down over there. You can find me, Osway Nerdy, on all those, including Twitter. I refuse to call it X. And over on TikTok. But I'm generally just talking action figures, painting miniatures, comic book stuff, nerd stuff. But hit me up. I'm over there as Osway Nerdy. I will catch y'all next time. Y'all please be safe.